In action novels such as Shadow Slave, it is almost guaranteed that the main character will take a life. But what is not guaranteed is the outcome of this in how the author portrays the consequences of the main character taking a life. In some novels, the author will just create a sociopathic or psychopathic main character that feels absolutely no remorse and absolutely no emotions over what they have done in taking a human life. And usually these types of characters will move on without dealing with any consequences, at least not in terms of emotional distress or that sort. But then there are other novels in which authors will have their characters feel remorse for what they did in order to add a little bit more of realism to their story. Because unless a person lives in a completely decrepit and horrible environment in which they just go outside and they see dead people everywhere, unless a person lives in an environment such as that, they're not going to walk away from their first murder or their first time taking a life and feel nothing, right? For this reason, some writers might dedicate a few chapters or dedicate a few scenes to have their characters overcome this trauma or this moral issue of taking a life, since after all, taking a life is a monumental thing. Like, who are we to take a life, right? Who do you think you are to take someone's life that has been, depending on your belief, could be created by a higher being, right? And usually in novels that try to address this issue, I kind of always find the execution lacking, because the only consequences that the main character usually faces are, hey, you killed this person, now you feel bad and you have to overcome this, or else your Dao heart will be damaged and your cultivation will be forever tarnished, right? Of course, there are also other consequences, such as a random person just going up to the main character saying, hey, you killed my father, prepare to die. The reason I don't like these types of consequences in conveying the gravity of the situation is because it's usually presented and then forgotten about. Whereas in Shadow Slave, the consequences of Sunny killing this person is a forever present thing. Even 1,000 chapters into the novel after this event had already taken place, Sunny still has to deal with the consequences of his actions. But enough of me just hyping up this moment, and let's actually take a look at what took place. Prior to this murder, Sunny had been feeling insecure about himself, particularly because of what was going on, at least in his perspective, between Castor and Nephis. Sunny felt as if he was being left out and or betrayed by Nephis and Cassie, as Sunny was being pushed out more and more away from the main group. Of course, with our knowledge now, we understand that it was because Nephis was putting to work the ideology of keep your friends close but your enemies closer. But Sunny didn't have that knowledge, and because of this, he felt betrayed and he wanted to do something to quell his ego that was badly damaged. And the perfect opportunity for him came in the form of Harper, who was trying to use Sunny in order to get more information about Nephis. With his endless wisdom and paranoia, of course, Sunny immediately recognized Harper for what he was when Harper approached Sunny and started hyping him up and started stroking his ego. In any other moment, Sunny would have most likely refused this person and just outright ignored them. But luckily or unluckily for Harper, in this moment Sunny was extremely vulnerable to someone like Harper, and Sunny let down his guard as he started bragging to Harper about his achievements until the topic of Sunny's true name arises. Sunny, not expecting Harper to actually ask him what his true name was, brags to Harper about having a true name. And of course, any other person would just laugh this off as a joke, because there's literally no one that has a true name before defeating their first nightmare trial, aside from Mordred, Nephis, and Sunny, of course. Because of this, most would usually just laugh this off as a joke. But Harper, he had to ask Sunny what his true name was. And with Sunny's flaw, Sunny had no option but to answer this question truthfully and tell Harper his true name. Of course, before he told Harper his true name, he killed Harper and whispered it silently in order to ease his flaw that was eating at him, in order to get him to say aloud his true name. Now, prior to this scene, of course, Sunny has killed many people before, but in his mind, it was all justified because he was simply defending himself. However, in this situation, Sunny really wasn't defending himself. There are two parties that look at this scene very differently. One party believes that Sunny did nothing wrong, he was just defending himself. But another party believes that Sunny was not defending himself because, in fact, Harper really posed no threat to Sunny. It was only because Sunny had been acting carelessly and he had let his guard down that Harper went from just a menial ant into someone that could be Sunny's very real overlord. In terms of which party I belong to, it's the party that the author most likely belongs to, which is that Sunny is definitely 100% at fault for this, because what Sunny did was basically the equivalent of telling someone that, hey, I have a password that, if you understand it, basically just gives you free control over my body as if I was a puppet. Because Sunny very well knew that with his flaws and with his characteristics that he could not evade a question, and he should not have told anyone that he has a true name, right? This is completely his fault. But getting back on topic, the reason why I love this scene as much as I do is because it allows the author to explore the many consequences that there are to murder. Because, of course, there are consequences such as Sunny feeling remorse and extreme regret because he killed someone that was completely innocent. That was, of course, they were trying to take advantage of him, but who isn't trying to take advantage of one another in the Forgotten Shore, right? The problem here is that Sunny killed someone that posed absolutely zero threat, and in a normal situation, someone that Sunny should have never even paid attention to. Someone that was the equivalent of just an ant just crawling by Sunny in comparison to Sunny's immense power over Harper. Aside from this immense regret that Sunny has, there's also the consequence that now, for the first time in the novel, Sunny's true name is outed into the real world. These two consequences of Sunny's murder are so important because they matter not only to Sunny but also to us readers. Sunny's regret over what happened with Harper is a very big driving factor behind how Sunny became the person that he is today. And the critical moment in which Sunny, even though he just whispers it into the air, into the void, his true name, this moment was what destroyed Sunny's relationship with Nephis and Cassie to the point that even though their relationship is in a better place, we still see the effects of this moment to this day in how Sunny and Nephis' relationship, as well as Cassie's, is not the same as it was before. It is considerably more awkward. I love this so much. I don't love the situation that Sunny is in, the awkwardness, the all of the mess that is the fallout of Sunny's murder with Harper. But that is also why I love it, because this is how it is supposed to be. Murder is not something that you should be like, yes, he did it, he killed him, yeah, screw that guy. Like, murder is supposed to be something that you're just like, yeah, this is not a good thing, but I have been pushed to the brink. I am willing to deal with the very immense and real consequences that are about to come as a result of me taking your life. And I just love what Guilty 3 did with this moment and capitalizing on it and just using this moment to make so much things happen. It is amazing that something that happened this early in the novel still has an impact where we're already 1,400 something chapters into the novel. In other series, this would have been a long gone thing that no one even remembers. But in Shadowslave, we're still probably thinking about this moment, just wondering, similar to how Sunny probably is, just wondering how everything would have turned out if Sunny never let down his guard around Harper, if Sunny never opened up to Harper or joked around with Harper and revealed his true name. Would this have turned Sunny's relationship with Nephis for the better? Would his relationship with everybody still be better? And if that is the case, then what about Rain, right? Would she still be alive? Because Sunny wouldn't be there to protect Rain, as he would have most likely stayed with Nephis in order to help her find a way to escape into the real world, because Sunny did not want to leave her there. But before I go on for way too long and ramble on way too much, let me just end it here. If you guys have watched till the end, prove it to me in the comments by saying my vampire system is better than Shadow Slave, and I will immediately know that you watched the video. So yeah, if anyone argues with you, don't worry, I will have your back. And once again, thank you for watching the video, and have a good day. And if you're watching this in the night, I hope you get good sleep, and yeah.